I'm up at Milntown with Charles Guard, who is very much involved in this project. Congratulations, by the way. We haven't done a chat since you got this award at the Alma Newspapers event.
Kept it secret very well, Paul.
That was. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see an interview we did, and I literally, we didn't know if you knew, but you didn't.
I didn't. I genuinely didn't. It was extraordinary.
Well, from that, we had a chat and we said we must come up to Milntown and do some more stuff. So we're going to run quite a few of these during the month. We're looking here. What may just look to you like a table, and a hexagon table with a top on it. But this is goldmine. I mean, this is just genius. It changes from this to something else. And you can tell the whole story. And Illiam Dhone, it's all about in Dhone.
Illiam Dhone was born here in 1608 and is probably one of our most famous historical characters because of him being executed by the Earl of Derby. And he was either a patriot or a traitor. It's too complicated to go into that now.
Do you have a view?
Well,
it's amazing, isn't it? It really does divide people.
It does, yeah. He certainly had disreputable items in his life. But apart from that, he is an immensely colourful character, and it's great that you can debate it. So imagine our shock many, many years ago when we were watching an edition of Antiques Roadshow from Canada, a special edition, and a lady came on and said, with this item we're about to look at, she said, this belonged to someone called Illiam Dhone from Milntown in the Isle of Man. And I said, what? Wow. Anyway, John Bly, who was the furniture expert that day, confirmed that it's made of oak and it dates from at least 1640. So it is genuinely of the period. Now that we've traced how this item got to Canada, we understand it came into her family. She emigrated in the 1920s and took it with it. It was valued at 30,000 Canadian dollars, which we couldn't afford, but sadly last year she died. The estate offered it to us for a mere £2,000, so we snapped it up. And we have here an actual piece of historic furniture used by Illiam Dhone, the only item we have from that period, and it's back on the estate where he was born.
So at some point all his worldly goods were shipped out to Canada, right?
Well, yes, there was a big sale of his goods after his death, you know, in the 17th century, and various families bought pieces, silver, linen, furniture, and this has a proper traceable ancestry back to that period, and the Kelly families bought it, and then when they emigrated they took a lot with them.
That's how it ended up in Canada.
Exactly.
Now it looks like a table, but it's much more than that, obviously.
Well, shall I whip
Go on, the big reveal.
This is the big reveal.
It's a table.
It is a table, but it's a very exceptional table. It's got this great crack in it. It's all held together by wooden pegs. There's no metal or nails in it. And it's a converting table, and I can lift the back up, and it slides down to reveal the chair.
Why would you want a table to become a chair? I mean, is that a valid question, or was it making you more use of the space in your house?
Absolutely. I mean, exactly. It can be an occasional table at the side. And we were talking about the 17th century. Things were very different then. But you can see it's very solid oak. It's got this very simple pattern on it that John Bly explained was done with a compass and carved. And given all that he did in his life, and the Great Rebellion, where he got hundreds of Manxmen to rebel against the Earl of Derby, I would like to think that he plotted that sitting in this very chair, which is incredibly worn.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people been sitting on it, haven't there?
Absolutely. Well, it's over 350 years old. I mean, it's incredible to have this here in such perfect condition.
And what's it mean to you to have this back here?
Well, it means a lot because, sadly, the Christian family in this house went bankrupt in the 1880s and they sold everything off. The great portrait of Illiam Dhone that hangs in the museum used to be here, amongst a whole range of other things. And we have nothing left from that period. The fact that this was bought earlier than that, you know, 3 centuries ago, and has been kept in such excellent condition is priceless for us to be able to touch this now and see how it worked. You can imagine his house laid out with oak furniture like this in the 17th century.
And all because you happened to watch a TV show that it happened, right?
I mean, we could so easily have missed it.
Yeah.
How ridiculous.
There might be people out there now watching this that may have something else of interest. What should they do?
Contact me.
Yes.
Ring us up at Milntown. Yeah. I mean, all the stuff that he had was dispersed. These people in Canada also had crested silver with the Christian crest on it. Unfortunately, they sold all of that. So there is stuff out there. There will be portraits from the house. There's a whole range of stuff which we would love to be able to get back, to have the opportunity to buy back.
Did you have to do anything to this, or are you leaving it as it is? I mean, is it in good nick?
It's in excellent nick. Yeah. I mean, the only addition, I think, are the casters, which you pointed out earlier. Yeah. I think they're probably Victorian, but they are ceramic. They're historic in their own right. But the rest of it is as it was, all held together with wooden pegs, and it still works.
You're going to have it on display here, Milntown. As a chair or as a table? Well,
we demonstrate it. It's covered in the velvet rug, and then when people come round, we say, and our pièce de résistance, if you like, the pride of our display here is this, and then we whip that off and show people how it works.
I'm guessing this is priceless to you now.
Well, it is priceless. I mean, we got it for a song, but I mean, yes, you can't put a real value on it.